Hi everyone, I'm Daniela and today we're making ricotta gnocchi. These beautiful dumplings are a lot fluffier and lighter than their potato counterpart, and they only take 20 minutes to make. So let me show you how.
You'll find a list of ingredients and measurements in the description below. Let's start by straining our ricotta cheese. Start by placing a metal sieve over a bowl and then lining with a kitchen towel. Then tip in your 500 grams of creamy ricotta cheese. Place another kitchen towel on top of the ricotta cheese and then add something to gently weigh it down. Set this aside to strain for about 20 minutes. You can see that kitchen towel has absorbed a fair bit of the liquid from the ricotta.
This extra liquid will cause your dough to be stodgy and gloopy.
To the strained ricotta cheese, add 2 eggs. The egg is what binds the dough together. Add in a pinch of salt and start to combine until it's completely incorporated. Once that's all combined, add in 1 cup, 110 grams of grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. You want this to be finely grated so that it mixes in really well with the ricotta. Stir until it's well combined and you can no longer see any pieces of the Parmigiano Reggiano. Now add in 300 grams, 2 1/4 cups of tipo 00 flour. This is a traditional pasta flour, but if you can't find this, you can substitute for all-purpose. But the final texture of your gnocchi might not be quite as light. You'll want to start mixing this with a spoon, but once it starts coming into a dough, you may need to switch to your hands. My nonna always said your hands are the best tool in the kitchen, so just get in there. You're going to give this a knead, just like a bread dough. If your dough is very wet, you can add in a little bit more flour, I'd say a tablespoon at a time. This will all depend on the moisture of your cheese. Once the dough no longer sticks to your hands, bring it onto your work surface and give it a few more kneads. You should end up with a beautifully soft dough. Dust a baking tray with some flour to prepare it to receive your gnocchi. I like to give my work surface a light dusting of flour, but not too much or the gnocchi won't roll. Cut off about 1/8 of your dough and start rolling it into a log. I like to start from the center and work my way out. I apply pressure as I'm pushing away and then spread my fingers and lightly roll back. This will make sure your log stays uniform as you roll it. Now slice your beautiful pillows of dough. I'm using a bread scraper, but you can just as easily do this with a knife. You can make your gnocchi as thin or thick as you like. I like mine about 1 inch in thickness. You can stop here. There's no need to add any dimples or embellishments to your gnocchi. Just pop them into your boiling water and cook as directed later in the video.
I'm being extra fancy and using a board to roll my gnocchi. These will give beautiful ridges that help the sauce to stick to your pasta. If you don't have one of these, here are a few ways you can roll your gnocchi instead.
Take a fork, flip it over, and then roll the gnocchi down the back of the fork. This will give a few beautiful ridges. Or you can just pop your thumb in, pull back, and make a little divot to hold in all that sauce. The best way to use this is using the palm of your hand to roll the gnocchi down the board. Continue rolling out the rest of your gnocchi and then
place your gnocchi on a flour-dusted baking tray and then dust them lightly as well. At this point, you can freeze your gnocchi on the tray and then store them in a bag and they're ready to enjoy whenever you want.
I'm making a classic tomato sauce to go with my gnocchi. Bring a pot of water to the boil and make sure to season well with salt. Into a medium-high pan goes a few tablespoons of olive oil. Add in some sliced garlic until it just becomes fragrant. Then in goes an entire sprig of basil. The flavors will infuse into the oil. Once the garlic starts to brown, turn the heat down to medium. Then add in about 1.5 cups of tomato passata, or your favorite tomato sauce. You want to let this become thick and jammy because we're going to add the gnocchi straight from the water into this sauce, so that'll loosen it up a little bit. Now's the time to add your gnocchi to your boiling water. This doesn't take long to cook, maybe 60 seconds, and you'll know they're done when they float to the top. While the gnocchi is cooking, remove the basil from the sauce. Then with a slotted spoon, scoop your gnocchi out of the water and straight into the sauce. Give them a toss until they're completely coated. I like to sprinkle in a good handful of Parmigiano Reggiano and then give it another toss to make that sauce beautiful and creamy. This is just one of many sauces that you can use with this gnocchi, but it's one of my favorites. Buon appetito!
If you're looking for a potato gnocchi, check out my recipe here and be sure to hit that subscribe button because I come out with new videos every week. Make sure to hit that big thumbs up button if you like this video, and for me and this big potato, I'll see you in the next one.